Okay, so here's my weekend improvement. I've got the grill, I turned it on, and you know how it always gets really dirty. So I made this aluminum plate, which is gonna go on top of it, and that's gonna burn everything off and make that grill pristine. So watch what happens here. Okay, I've slipped the plate on. You can see it right there. It worked perfect, it fit perfect. In the past, the way I did this is with aluminum foil. I learned this trick. You just put down aluminum foil. I put rocks on top of it so it doesn't float up because of the hot air, and then it just starts to smoke. But I thought, man, I'm gonna make an aluminum plate and do this at a little higher level and not have to struggle with the aluminum foil and all the rocks and all that stuff. And there you go. It's starting to smoke like crazy. It generally only takes about 5, maybe 10 minutes, but you don't want to do it too much longer than that because the knobs are plastic on the back side. If you trap too much heat, they can start to melt. Sometimes I pull off the knobs. In this case, I'm not going to because I know it's only going to take about 5 minutes. Now, you see all that fire in there? That's because I had a lot of grease down there. So you got to make sure if you have grease, you got to get rid of that. There it is. I pulled it off and there it is. It's just vaporized. There is nothing left. Then I take my barbecue grill brush, which this is a fabulous one if you haven't seen this one before, and you just basically dust it off and the thing looks like brand new. So I spent the rest of the afternoon just tweaking little things on the grill. I use 1/0 steel wool to clean all the heavy grease areas. That worked really well. And then I use 4/0 steel wool to polish all the detail areas around the knobs and the control panel. And it really does a great job on the stainless steel. Just kind of brush with the grain, and there's my plate, and I'm going to keep it in a little storage box, and there it is, beautifully done. Now I noticed another problem. I stacked my firewood right here next to it when I have a little fire, and I noticed that it was right on the ground. I said, that's really not good. The wood's going to rot. So I said, let's make another improvement to that. I hosed everything out, and then I made a really cool support out of TREX material, a plastic decking material, so that I could set my wood right on top of it, and that allowed the wood to be suspended. Then when I blew and rinsed things off, everything just blew right underneath it and then out into the ivy. So that was just a huge improvement. It looks way better, it functions much nicer. It allows me to keep things very clean, very easily. You can see the water just sprays right underneath it. It's just perfect, all made out of TREX, so there's not gonna be any rotting. My wood's gonna stay nice and dry, and I can keep everything really clean. So I improved the process of the way I manage my grill area and my little fire area, and it's fantastic. I even changed where the hose was hung on the side here, because my wife likes to water plants in the evening when she comes home, so I made it easier for her. And then everything is perfectly clean and just stays nice and tidy, and I have a beautiful area to enjoy every evening when I come home from work. So special. I love continuous improvement. I love the idea of making improvements on improvements for further improvements. Then I found my blower was a little awkward, so I cut this ABS pipe thing, molded it exactly to the blower, put it in there, then rehung the ladder so that's easier, and rehung the fire extinguishers. Then I added a power cord to my Bluetooth headsets, so when I come in from working in the yard, I just hang them up and charge them automatically. I made a lot of great improvements. I loved it. I had a great day today.